This is a Serbian Chetnik. His name is Milorad Dodik. And as you know, this right here, this is Ursula von der Leyen. Ursula von der Leyen. Von der Leyen. People call her for the lion also. They call her lion. But not as a lion, but more like a liar. Look, it's like this. Let me explain to you something. Because I truly have her enough. And I'm going to demand from European Union to remove her immediately, effective immediately from her position, and solve this case immediately. This is actually not even that I would be asking, begging anybody or something like that. I'm not begging anybody. I'm just saying do it. Do it now. See this here? This stuff here? See this guy here? This is a Bosnian Serb. Let's see this stuff here. It's strange because I'm right out on a terrace, right? I'm not inside, and the signal was really good. So I see like really strange stuff happening. The so-called protesters and this guy, this Verhofstadt, this one is gonna go. This boy here, this Verhofstadt, this is the one who supposedly would replace. This was a main candidate for replacement of Ursula von der Leyen. This guy right there, did you see? Let me go inside so I get better internet connection. This guy right here, this Verhofstadt, it's like a perfect. He came on a picture perfectly. Okay, there will be nothing with the Serbian European Union membership. This is what I'm going to say to you now, to the whatever his name is, Verhofstadt, von der Leyen, and everybody else. I am the one who sets the rules. Now I am the one who sets the rules. You're not setting any rules inside of the Strasbourg, Brussels, or anywhere else for that matter inside of the European Union for that. Let me explain to you something. This was the guy, this is a criminal, this guy here. This is a criminal. I already explained to you about this Serbian protests against the Vucic and so on. I explained to you all about that. They're all fake. This is the man, the guy, the one. Already 2013, you're going to read this here, what I posted. I got tired of it. I am tired of you. I'm tired of these Germans running the European affairs. From today on, Germany doesn't run European affairs anymore. And these people are out of the office from today on. There's nothing, there will be nothing about the Serbia coming into European Union. There will be no Serbia inside of the European Union. You understand? The one who sets the rules from today on, I am the one. Not Ursula von der Leyen, not Verhofstadt, not nobody inside of the Europe. Until this case is over, until you finish this case, there is no such thing as Serbia inside of the Europe. Ursula von der Leyen stated that if I were nasty, she'll let the Serbia inside. There is no such thing like European Union as of today. Today, European Union doesn't exist. See this here? This is the main guy, the main dude that's going to replace the Ursula von der Leyen, is this guy here, this Verhofstadt. This one here. Completely fake protests, Serbia. Completely fake. Completely used to join Serbia into the European Union. Serbia doesn't have no place inside of the Europe. There is no place for Serbia inside of Europe as it is. Serbia has a job to do, and Serbia is not going to be the one through von der Leyen, through Angela Merkel, through the Ribbentrop-Molotov to conditions about European Union. This is not the way it is. Not through the terrorism, not through the terror, not through the death plots through the psychiatry. You're not going to do it like this. You're not going to come anytime in European Union. That I guarantee you. This guy, you can cross him out. He's out. You can just delete this guy together with Ursula von der Leyen. This guy here, this man here, this one here, conditioned my life together. Her name is Tanya Fajon. Tanya Fajon. The one behind the protests in the Serbia is this guy here, together with the Vučić. This is the main organizer of the Serbian protests. This one here, together with the Vučić. And this man, this terrorist, who stated to me repeatedly in front of Tanya Fajon, in front of this one here inside of our house, and in Slovenia and in Serbia, in front of Ursula von der Leyen. That's why I say today, Ursula von der Leyen is no longer anything inside of the European Union. If you don't want to arrest her, this is going to follow up on you, whoever doesn't want to do the job. And I will get you arrested. This one here, this Serbian collaborator, promoter of the Serbia, who threatened me even, will let Serbia inside, was present when this man right here stated repeatedly to her, if you won't let us inside of the European Union, and that was during the Borut Pahor, during this guy here, who also was present. He encouraged Serbian terrorism. He encouraged Serbian violence inside of my home in Novo Mesto, in Slovenia. He stated to her, to Tanya Fajon repeatedly, to Robert Golob repeatedly, to Borut Pahor repeatedly, if you don't get this shit fixed for us to enter inside of the European Union somehow, I will personally send guys to execute him, to assassinate him. And he pointed at me. It was done in front of me. It was done in front of Ursula von der Leyen. That's why I'm saying to you, from today on, today, now effective, as you see this video, look, there is a time here. Ursula von der Leyen no longer is anything inside of European Union. And Verhofstadt is not going to replace her. And they had another 2, 3 individuals they had. This is not how you get inside of the European Union. You don't get inside of the European Union through the terrorist threats. You don't do this. There's a video for the U.S. Justice Department of State, Civil Rights Division. It's a video to get Ursula von der Leyen, European Union Commissioner, arrested. You don't get into the European Union like this, using me to even suggest they will kill him if we don't allow him to get inside of the European Union. Serbian protests in Serbia are organized by the Dodik, by this individual here. No? He said he's going to send guys to Slovenia if you don't somehow silence him and so on. This man right there, this Serbian Chetnik, he's from Bosnia. And Vučić, the Serbian president, You're not going to get it like this. As far as the Serbs, you're not going to get into European Union through your protests, through your student protests. And you're not going to get through the European Union through Ursula von der Leyen. Not through the Verhofstadt, not through any German politicians, not through the Ribbentrop-Molotov. Effective right now, and you saw the date and time. This here, this, Serbs, Germans need to clarify. These are the questions that the Germans gonna answer to me. These questions here. I am nice when I want to be nice. And I'm a bitch, and I'm not nice when I don't want to be. And I don't have to be nice, and you don't understand any of that. You see this here? Angela Merkel is going to certify this for me. You're going to go to Angela Merkel. See this here? This stuff here? You see this? This is what Angela Merkel is going to answer on the court for me. This question. You read it good. Read it good. See this here? Angela Merkel is going to answer to me these questions. See this here? Look at it real good. Look at it real good. Look at it real good, because you're going to answer in this case for what you have done it. Let me demonstrate you. You already know, everybody knows Ursula von der Leyen, who Ursula von der Leyen is. Angela Merkel. You know Angela Merkel. So just you're not going to say, oh, this is not about the German politics. This is Ribbentrop-Molotov politics. This is war on Europe. This is about the war on Europe. Ukraine is part of the Europe. And this is about the war on Europe. This is about the terrorism flooding Europe with over 1 million Russians inside of Germany. And the situation is the same with Serbs in Austria, in Germany, in Britain, and so on. This is about the war in Europe. And Europe has a power. Europe is not powerless. I don't know where that is. And I don't care about what that is. The court facility that you see here was certified as my future prison by none other than Angela Merkel. Do you see this here? This is a court facility in the normal Manchester City. This here. You see it? This building, as I was taught at a library, everybody from library was involved in it. All the people here, neighbors, attorneys, lawyers, everybody was involved in it. So they started to build one in Austria in about 1780, 1790, before the 1800. This building, this beautiful Austrian building that served previously as a jail, as a court and as a jail, served with the same purpose to the Serbs as a court and the jail, just as I have described right here. See this here? This is a very serious matter, this stuff here. And this one directly concerns Angela Merkel. Just as I stated, Germans from today, effective today, Germans no longer run European affairs. It's over. I take from you everything. You did not deserve it. You didn't earn it. See this here? You see what I have written about. I have described judges that tortured me, Serbs, literally, and Serbian workers at Novomesto court in the so-called Yugoslavia, where Yugoslavia used to be. Every Slovenian, every employee inside of the court was involved in torture, trauma torture through MK Ultra in this court. Stuff I was talking about, how I was tortured also inside of the jail and stuff. But foremost inside of the courtrooms and throughout the area, through all the, through entire through entire building, archive included, everything. It was year 1996, I anticipate. 1994 it was. And we discussed this issue through 95, 96, 97, 98, 98 I'm going to stop. In 98, and you know her name is Angela Merkel. After explaining Angela Merkel the issue, I explained Angela Merkel. She witnessed this stuff. Milan Kucan was uncertain whether he would allow for the Austrian building to represent Slovenian court, but determined that because of my case, because he would kill me through extermination procedure, through that genocide. Do you understand the words that I stated to you right now? Do you know what genocide is, extermination procedure? This is not South Africa, for which Germans, by the way, suggested me, we're going to just use your case for you to talk about the genocide and extermination to continue to promote the rights of the whites in South Africa. I don't have anything against the people, white people in South Africa. I absolutely don't have anything against Dutch and German and Italian and French, whatever, British, whoever Germans are hiding behind with the Dutch people in South Africa under the issue of Great White. I don't have anything. South Africa is a black country. This is a black continent. That, to my knowledge, I don't have any information about any so-called white country that the blacks would own in one 80% of agricultural land, as is the case in South Africa, where, or 90% that whites own in on a black continent, in a black country, they own 90% of the agricultural land. This is Slovenia, this is inside of Europe. You don't care. Don't worry about it. I do. This is also known as Europe. Charlemagne was not my king. Charlemagne, for me, from my perspective, I don't consider one even as a European. He was a German. I'm not German, to make myself clear. We're talking about the European Union here. Europe. We're talking about the European Union that Germany burned time and again. In this case, Angela Merkel was acquainted that Slovenia, Milan Kucan, the man you already know all too well, a good friend of Putin, a good friend of Vučić, I should say Milošević, a very good friend of all these guys. Let me explain to you something. I thought Angela Merkel, they're going to use a German building to do extermination on me. And I asked her for help beginning 1994. She had done nothing for it. Zero. To remove the German face of the genocide. On behalf of Milan Kucan, allowed Milan Kucan to continue to do the process, genocide, build genocide against me, assisted Kucan, Slovenian, Fajon, Pahor, Drnovšek, you name it, Danilo Turk, so on, all the so-called Slovenian communists, and I told you these are ethnic cleansers that were hiding behind the issue of the Red Star. They had nothing to do with it. The name was a socialist Yugoslavia. But these people had nothing really to do with any kind of communism. These were ethnic cleansing people. If the communism would be like this, the communism would never exist, because these people use it as an excuse a communism for ethnic cleansing. This one here, this German here that you see right there, was acquainted with it. I was asking her inside of our house, inside of our kitchen. We discussed about these issues. Through extremely anti-German sentiment that Milan Kucha and everybody, super hostility. I was the only person who sided with the Germans, actually with my past, because I'm from here. And people here in a great way are mixtured with Germans due to historic 1,500 years common state, basically. Austria, Holy German Empire, from, I don't know, 700 or something like that. 1,300 more years. And I'm not going to go and discriminate against people and against myself because of some Serbs, Russians that want to cleanse here, that position themselves here, a Ruska Kapelica. Do you know what the Ruska Kapelica was? A Russian chapel. Slovenia. It was used for Putin to threaten me. He claimed, up to here is Russia, he claimed, up to Ruska Kapelica. We have a monument, and this is the way it is. This is the way he wanted me to acknowledge that this is Russia. Ruska Kapelica. This is why this Ruska Kapelica is so important. Came to idea that although nowhere near here, 1,000 kilometers from here, Russia, came to idea that he will terrorize everybody through the Slovenian politicians, as per must see him in Slovenia as at home in Russia. And he did this, really. Janša, Peterle, Boucher, all this, they really assisted best their abilities, but without me. The point here is that Angela Merkel was acquainted about the genocide even more. She gave a green light to Kuchan, to Fayon, to all others to get it done with it, knowing, and this was the big issue I'm talking about, she even learned that genocide is going to be done through what used to be Austrian-German building that will be used as a court, as a prison, etc., against me. So this is not European politic. This is a Ribbentrop Molotov politic. I am not going to go down and submit myself to a fear, to a terror of some politician over there from Belgium, German politician, Ursula von der Leyen, who will intimidate me to pursue my right to existence through some Serbian Milorad Dodik, as far as who's going to get inside of the European Union, when and how, you know, I'm going to send guys to get him killed, assassinate him, if you, Slovenian side, are not going to take care of him. As a matter of fact, if you're not going to accept us into European Union, I don't go for that shit. Maybe that's how you do it in Germany. That's how you want to do it. I don't want to serve as an excuse for betrayal against Europe. I don't want to serve as an excuse for betrayal against European Union. I don't want to serve as an excuse for betrayal of the NATO pact. That's exactly what Ursula von der Leyen is. That's exactly what this so-called pro-European, European politicians are, to talk about the European, sipping money, public money around. I am not capable to exit the full window. Exit the full screen, okay. To get the young people on board, to convince them about, well, you know, it's a European offering European Union membership, NATO, not NATO, but European Union membership to Ukraine, with a really theory set eyes, just as I explained here. You fucking count me out. I'm not the person who's going to allow you to be intimidated. I explained everything about my case. And beginning today, there's a message to the entire European Union Parliament. Ursula von der Leyen no longer is. And with the Ursula von der Leyen, who contemplated on her replacement, with this individual here, Ribbentrop-Molotov is terminated. You had no fucking right to decide about Serbian membership of any kind. Serbia is yet due to appear at the court and explain its ethnic extermination procedures against me as a native here in Slovenia. Serbia yet is to explain its terrorist, death-threatening tactics at the United Nations, in front of the Council of United Nations, about her whereabouts, or how she Serbs foresee their future in the global society is, because Serbia is a country founded on terrorism and on the genocide of others. Serbia increased its size 5 times within the last 100 years. And this was all at the expense of others. When you're going to clarify, when you go to your European Union court and you're going to say, okay, we have this guy, we were all involved in his genocide case since 1972. I'm talking about the European Union, USA. You can do it through the Justice Department. You can do it through the United Nations if you feel it's going to endanger the fundamentals of European Union. If you feel it's gonna as a European Union commissioner, if you feel that you're doing a shit job, you're just a fucking junkie, a junk that is actually buying through a Ribbentrop-Molotov with extra expenditure, dumping money away, basically. Same way as you do through Ukrainian war instead of resolving one. You can go to United Nations, you can go to another institution can do it. But till you make this case public, effective right now with this video, you're no fucking commissioner. You are extension of the Serbian state to make myself understand to Ursula von der Leyen. You are a terrorist. You collaborated. You conspired against me. You collaborated. You engaged in ethnic cleansing, in genocide against me. You held hell accountable for this stuff, together with your Angela Merkel, together with your German state. You are liable, you are responsible for this. No such thing like a Serbian European Union membership till you make this case clear. Milorad Dodik, Serbian Milorad Dodik, needs to go to the court, needs to go on a trial. I'm a human being. Needs to go to the court, needs to go on a trial. This is called a terrorism, if anything. And it's the same thing with Alexander Vucic and his entire government. All the Alexander Vucic's criminal from Serbian parliament included, entire Serbian parliament was involved in genocide against me. And in that sense now, since 1972, you have some answers you need to provide before you're going to start talking about Serbia inside of the European Union. That's why I told you. That's why I give you a suggestion. That's why I suggested you. Except Albania. If you want to spread, if you want to increase the size of the European Union, you have Albania. Then you have, foremost, you have a Kosovo. Kosovo, the poorest, next to Ukraine, the poorest region inside of the on the European continent. And you're saying that you are a European, that you represent some kind of European? You fucking terrorist! You are Adolf Hitler, you're the same shit! Yes, it was the one before the World War II and during the World War II. You are comrade of Joseph Stalin, Putin. You don't represent any kind of interests, anything from the European Union. Unless, of course, I am not European. And so Germans, therefore, should be deciding about who is European and who is not European. For those that agree with it. All right, I do not. Effective today, Ursula von der Leyen is held guilty, together with Angela Merkel, need to respond to this video, to the stuff. I demanded from Merkel to get Slovenian side use at least another building, to make them build the building and not do the process genocide against me inside of the Austrian building that was built in Austria. She knows nothing. She knew nothing about it. Since 98 to today, imagine 27 years, Angela Merkel had a wonderful time traveling around, having a wonderful time, good time, exciting life. I had no life. I'm 53 now. That's why, that's how. You're not going to be doing any kind of European Union politics until you get this case cleared, until you bring the people to the court, until you bring me Dodik, until you bring me Vucic, and there is more of this garbage inside of the Belgrade. On a trial, there will be no Serbia inside of the European Union. Zero Serbia. Nema Serbia. Understood? Nema Serbia. Don't give a fuck about your student protest as Ursula von der Leyen instructed on how to create this shit so they would look more pro-European. Fuck this. Serbs overwhelmingly supported genocide against Ukraine. We have watched since the beginning to the end till now war on Ukraine from the side of the Serbia, and were even used to intimidate European Union with threats such as nuclear threats inside of the European Union is what Putin insisted, together with the Vucic, to Illuminatis. This is not European, this is not the pro-European politic. This is a terrorism. This is ongoing Ribbentrop-Molotov trade of Ukraine for what it appears to be clearly will be a conflict in South Africa, to which Russia already have agreed to it. You don't do this. This is not European. This is anti-European. Take your shit to Berlin. Take your shit home to Brussels. Take your shit home to Belgium, to Britain. If you like Germans so much, if you want the German, you want a big Hitlerstadt, and keep one over there. Here you're not going to be doing it.